place I'd rather be than
Goddamn, Sam.
Drifting on a memory.
Duggar. Hold up.
Ain't no place I'd rather be than with you.
She shotgun in the coop, smoking back to back like my rap name Snoop. Stuck a motherfucker, one deep, no group. I don't need a bodyguard, play with me, I shoot. I don't need a bodyguard, play with me, I shoot. I don't need a bodyguard, play with me, I shoot. Come through something new, it's a hobby. I've been riding slabs since Woe Kimosabi. Ex-concierge, I keep a dime in my lobby. 4, 5 stuck to my side. If you try me, yeah, get your face blown. Bet I get the case gone.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 63 of the Splash Cast, the ATL edition. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood, the PODGOD. Let's do it, my friend.
Oh, man, let's do it. Well, welcome, y'all. Y'all know it's the ATL edition of episode 63, where we talk about the Braves, Falcons, and Hawks / Atlanta Dream, a.k.a. the oldest, middle, and youngest children. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the Braves. Quick plug. We did finish the pregame. If you haven't listened to the pregame before this episode, they actually tie into each other. As we just beat the Washington Expos 3-1 in a 4-game series. So go listen to us talk about the Expos and Soto, who is going to leave them, as well as talking about Tiger Woods.
Never forget, pour your beverage first before you enjoy and imbibe in the Splash Cast. Let's get into it, man. Let's go, Bravos.
Let's go, Bravos. First off. Man, we talked about it last week. We talked about it Saturday Morning Live. We talked about it. We said, hey, the Braves have 5 All-Stars. That's awesome. We love it. There really should be 6, possibly 7. And we campaigned for this person. And he actually made it. Austin Riley has been voted an All-Star. It's a shame that he had to go in under replacement, but it doesn't matter. He is an All-Star.
Don't care. In 20 years, nobody replacement will be all but forgotten. I just want to make sure that all of you account for the fact that we are the realest podcast in the world. We told you he deserved to be an All-Star, and then just like it should happen, he is now an All-Star. Bravos with 6 All-Stars. That's time for the lead with that other team we don't discuss.
Yeah, man, 6 All-Stars. Austin Riley has 29 home runs. He's like in the top 3 in every statistical batting category of third baseman.
All-Star. That's egregious.
And it's ridiculous that he had to go in as an addition. But shout out to Austin Riley for making it as an All-Star, man. He has definitely deserved it. I definitely want to salute him because, as you know, we tell the truth 100%. And he has, you know who Austin Riley reminds me of in a pro comparison? Josh Allen.
Shoot.
Josh Allen.
I like that.
Because there was so much hype about him. Yeah.
But you are now good. Okay.
You had a lot of hype about him, and then people were like, you really aren't that good. And then both of them just came in and just was like, nah, I'm that dude. So shout out to Austin Riley, man. Happy for you, brother.
Also, let's make sure we give, and let's be very clear, 7 All-Stars. Snickers also an All-Star. With that said, and 8 All-Stars, because I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in there for Alex Anthopoulos. You putting together this collection of assets is amazing, and we are going to make sure we really reiterate that. We scream that to the absolute high heavens, because I can't remember the last time we looked and thought, oh, we might have 6 All-Stars on this team. And let's be real, if we look at all the rest of our teams, it ain't 6 All-Stars nowhere to be found. Might not be 6 All-Stars between the rest of the teams combined.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
But I'm happy, man. That's more of it. Max Fried. Let's go.
So shout out to Austin Riley, man. With the Braves right now are killing it. Max Fried, 50 wins. 50 wins. One of the quickest pitchers to 50 wins in MLB history. Max Fried.
us.
Max Fried was our number 2 pitcher behind Soroka. Then Soroka got hurt, and Max Fried, who is 100% intense and serious, he's like always serious, has taken over the mantle as our ace pitcher and has run with it, man. So shout out to Max Fried. He's definitely, I think he's an all-star, one of the top pitchers, definitely in the talk for Cy Young award as well. So shout out to Max Fried.
Yes.
Excellence.
Excellence personified. I'm so happy to have a team that's good. Like good. And it's not just like, oh, we got a couple good guys and then everybody else we trying to get to the same level. No, legitimately multiple guys who are top tier at their position.
Top tier, man. Top tier.
Oh, go ahead, get the Olsen. There we go. More
Matt Olsen should have been our 7th All-Star. I don't care what y'all say. A lot of people are saying that Austin Riley originally wasn't voted in, Matt Olsen originally wasn't voted in, is because they started out slow. Yeah, but to lead the league, the first NL player to 50 extra base hits this season, meaning he'd lead the NL in base hits. He leads the league in doubles. His batting average is over the moon right now, and he is playing and locked in. It seems like he's gotten comfortable with the Braves. Like he has just assimilated into the lineup, and he plays well in the field.
Yes. And so this is the best part about having a team that's a good team, a team that enjoys playing together. Shout out to my boy Heredia, and a team that already has a system, because it's not really, and I'm not even gonna say it's not really easy. It is almost impossible to come in and replace a guy like Freddie Freeman. Just the pressure that comes with it, everything that comes with it. But we had a team that was ready to move forward. We have a bunch of other players who are blossoming to take the initial and immediate pressure off of him. And I think that has allowed him to come in and play great baseball.
I mean, if you lose the best, Freddie Freeman was coming off an NL MVP year followed up by a World Series. If you lose the best first baseman in the NL, you could say the best, actually you can say the best first baseman in baseball, you better damn sure replace him with the second best first baseman in baseball.
And we sure said that. We said, hey. And now we're at a good point. We're around All-Star. We said specifically, don't fuck this up. We're the realest podcast in the world. Not gonna sit here and lie to you, not gonna sugarcoat it. We said this is a very risky move. You pushed all your chips in, and you said what you said, and you left it there. And we said, if this works out, then it's fine. If it does not work out, we on your ass. Now, I'm going to let you know, respectfully, stepping back from the table.
Boy.
You've done it. Anytime that our players and our coaching staff and our front office do what we ask you to do, you good with us. You good with me. I'll let Reggie tell you his opinion, but me,
as a front office, that silence after you've made all those moves has to be deafening. It has to be the best silence. It's got to be so heavy. Like, y'all did all of this talking, especially with we covered this Saturday Morning Live. Go back and listen to Saturday Morning Live. We covered the Freddie Freeman fiasco going on with his agent, especially when it comes out that it wasn't your fault that you lost the asset and you replaced the asset with the second best asset.
This is like when you have a conversation, you have an argument with your lady and you knew you were right the whole time. And you were like, oh, I'm right, huh? I told you I was right, but you knew better than me, huh? Sometimes you just got to find out for yourself. Well, go ahead. I'm not going to hold it over your head. I'm going to sit here in silence and smirk now. I am going to do that.
I am going to smirk.
I'm going to be sure. They got Lil Durk. They call me Lil Smirk because I'm over here smirking the whole time, my friend. But I ain't going to say nothing because I want peace. But I'm right.
Yeah.
And I want you to be clear. I'm right, you was wrong. But I ain't going to tell you because you know that. And that's enough to live with right there.
Moving on, man. The Braves. The Braves, one of 5 teams that have 55-plus wins. We have 57. We are actually 4 below our record of 61 wins that happened in 2003. We're with the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Astros, the Mets, and the Braves. 3 National League, 2 American League teams at 55-plus wins. We're actually first in the wild card, but that's because if we were to beat the Mets in the division, we would go from 5th place in the playoff chase to 2nd place.
Let me clarify a little bit of something here. No, go back. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Turn them up, Ronnie.
Turn them up, Ronnie.
But if we could go back to the last slide, let's talk about these teams here. It's the New York Yankees. They are the evil empire. They bought baseball. They're spending more money than the world can print. That's cheating. Don't care about those guys. Dodgers, very similar. Also printing money. They will buy your player if he is good. Then you get to the Houston Astros. They cheat. So now it's us and the Mets.
We don't believe in the Mets.
No, number one, we don't believe in the Metropolitans because they fell off last year. And number two,
every year. They fell out. No. Every year.
Yes. This is also the team that brought you Bobby Bonilla Day just a couple days ago. So realistically, no. This is a team buying teams, another team buying teams, a cheater, and eventually this will fall all the way off with the Mets. Shout out to the Braves being the only team with a legitimate farm system, growing players and creating new opportunities. Let's go Bravos. If you don't like it, I surely don't care.
Now the Braves, we had a bit of what?
Y'all gonna be sick of me.
Well, that drink kicking in over there.
No, I am happy. When we have teams that cooperate and are doing good things, it brings me joy.
Though. Not cooperate, but
we told them what to do.
But yeah, man. Now our schedule after All-Star, we are now officially in All-Star week. Our schedule after All-Star break is crazy. We play the Mets, the Phillies, the Giants, the Angels. We play a bunch of teams right off the bat. So it's kind of like a sink or swim, a sprint to the finish now. So,
well, we've done our homework in the first part. Got ourselves with 57 wins.
32-10 since June 1. 32-10 since June 1.
We played a hell of a June of baseball. We have 6 All-Stars, All-Star manager. Let's go ahead and get ourselves prepared for the offseason. We've done what we needed to early. Season. Yes, yes, that's what I meant. But let's get ourselves prepared and let's go out and do what we're capable of doing. We're playing good Atlanta Braves baseball right now. That's exciting. Go Bravos.
Let's get healthy. And let's see. We got to get Ozzy Albies.
Oh,
we're
you're
doing
right.
all this
we
without
still got Albies.
Don't have Soroka. Don't have Kenley Jensen. We're missing a whole lot of players right now.
Ooh, boy. Thoughts and prayers. T's and P's to you and your team.
And then finally, man, we told y'all it's All-Star Week. So go support your favorite batter, Ronald Acuna Jr., who we start out against. They ain't right because they know that we're division rivals. They got us ranked as the 7th seed. Now, Pete Alonso's going for his 3rd straight home run derby. But they put him against Ronald Acuna Jr. That's a great first-round matchup.
Man. I appreciate it because you don't have to do it, and a lot of athletes don't want to do it. Shout out to Ronnie for getting out there, being the ready. Ooh, boy, Ronnie taking this thing. This a
hell of a lineup though. Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr., Corey Seager, Jose Ramirez, and they got the old vet in there for his final All-Star home run derby appearance, Albert Pujols. Schwarber's a beast too, though.
I would not have an issue with Pujols with it.
No, definitely. He needs to go out. He could go out on top.
But yes, this is a hell of a home run derby. baseball, shout out for doing some things right. I know a lot of times we get on here and just kick y'all ass about everything that you're doing wrong. This is very good.
It is, man. It is, man. So y'all make sure y'all go support baseball. Y'all make sure y'all go support the Braves. Also, and finally, our last bit of news. I just want to show y'all. Oh man. I just want to show y'all how balanced the Braves are. The Braves RBIs, up to date to the point of this tweet. The Braves RBIs were spread out. 126 for the first three batters, 4 through 6, 125, 7 through 9, 124. What does that mean? That means that we're scoring from every possible position. A lot of people were saying they didn't like the designated hitter. Us, a lot of Atlanta Braves fans and players were saying they didn't like the permanent designated hitter.
Are y'all crazy?
We literally have the lineup for the designated hitter, and we are unstoppable. I think we've hit like 20 home runs against the Nationals.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Ozuna position. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about Ozuna. We know how that goes, but if you're looking for a designated hitter, it is him. It is him. He can do that
Very
better
well.
than anybody else. Yes. But this says two things to me. This is Snicker balancing the lineup, and this is Alex Anthopoulos providing him with the guys to do it. These are two things that make you very happy. That means that the people who are buying the groceries understand. And then that also means the chef who's putting the groceries together understands how to make a good recipe. Everything right now is positive for the Atlanta Braves.
You can tell that the front office is on one accord. Like they are like-minded thinking. They are in lockstep. They are sitting there. Snicker goes and tells Alex Anthopoulos, "Hey man, we need like a left-handed bat. We got all these right-handed hitters that are great, but we need a left-handed. Go get Robinson Cano. We didn't get you. I mean, we knew Cano was going to be it, but Ozzie Albies is hurt. We brought up a couple other players who are playing okay." But we figure we bring in that veteran presence in Robinson Cano, and he's super cheap.
Yeah.
So that's those little savvy moves that Alex Anthopoulos is making is kept the Braves in the season, to be honest, because we started off slow.
That was also Snicker's meeting, though. He told everybody to relax, and then as soon as he told them to relax, we turned up. I'm happy right now, and we there's not a lot to be happy about right now. Falcons is going Falcon. I don't know. The Hawks right now are being held together by wood, glue, and tape.
Summer League, we'll get there. It's Summer League, we'll get there. I'm actually very optimistic about the Hawks. You were more optimistic.
No. I'm optimistic about the team, but the functional structure of our organization. There's no way you can say.
Oh yeah, we're not on the same accord. We can't even get our John Collins news right.
Yes, I think the assets are good. I think that everything else is in disarray. But the Braves have a clear, concise plan, and they are executing. We chopping over here, baby. We are chopping, big chop.
Big chop, big chop. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the Braves segment of episode 63 of the Splash Cast, the ATL edition, man. Got all these all-stars, got all these great pitchers trying to get healthy. Y'all tune in to Ronald Acuna, who's going to upset everybody and win the home run derby. You heard it here first. Y'all stay tuned.
Well, y'all do not want that to happen, because we will be on here rocking and rolling.
Yeah, and y'all stay tuned as we get ready for a quick segment, man. Quick segment about the Falcons, man. It's off season, so we don't have a lot to talk about. But we got some more disappointing news that everybody's saying. A lot of people are doubting the Falcons and saying that we're horrible, and we're gonna address it again. Y'all stay tuned.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
You're wrong. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our Falcon segment. Don't blink because you may miss it. Episode 63 of the Splash Cast, the ATL edition. I ain't never had sinuses a day in my life, bro. And all of a sudden, this year, 2020 motherfucking 22, I got sinuses and allergies. I ain't never had that in my life.
Welcome to my life for the last 36 years.
No, you can keep
Tell
that
me more
shit.
of your. Tell me more of your couple months of struggle.
Couple days. This I ain't had months. This second day.
Yeah, this is second day on the job. You ready to quit?
Yeah, you can keep this job. Fuck it. You damn right. With that being said, man, y'all know how it works when it comes to episode 63 of the Splashcast, the ATL edition. We are now going to get into our middle child known as the Falcons, man. The Falcons. This is how I'm going to start, and this is how I'm going to end this subject. I'm going to probably have some points to say when we have this discussion. The disrespect is starting to get annoying. The disrespect of saying the Falcons have the 31st ranked team 31st ranked team out of 32 teams, and only the Texans are worse than us. Saying that we're worse than the Lions, the Jaguars. Like it's totally disrespectful. The Panthers.
Yeah, the line has to be drawn somewhere.
The Bears. Come on, man.
The Bears.
Come on, man. The Vikings. Nobody believes in Kirk Cousins. He's the epitome of mid, literally.
I just saw something on TV, and we ain't gonna stay here long. Why is there never any accountability for Kirk Cousins being competitive?
I don't know, man.
Oh, we talking about the demographic. Hey, can we let's focus.
That's why. But I'm tired of the disrespect. So there's been even more disrespect. NFL's worst receiving core. We have the fourth worst receiving core according to this metric.
This is stupid.
The Texans, the Titans, the Colts.
Did you hear me when I said this is stupid? This is stupid, and the person who made it is a stupid person. I hate when people do things like this.
I'm about to say, expound. Tell me why it's stupid.
Because it is a blatant absence of any logic and reasoning. Sure, you can talk about wide receiver corps, but you also have to account for the fact that we have one of the best tight ends in the NFL. And for all intents and purposes, he's a wide receiver. So, yes, if you take Kyle Pitts out of our receiving core, then, yeah, everybody else on this list is not the best, and Drake London is unproven. But if you put Drake London and Kyle Pitts together, then suddenly you look like you have one of the better receiving cores in the NFL. So this is egregious and a waste of everybody's time.
You kind of contradict. You can't say you have one of the better receiving cores when you put an unproven receiver with a tight end. You can't. You kind of contradict yourself.
Okay, no. So what I have a guy who is a top tier receiver. He may play tight end for all intents and purposes. He's a receiver. He's a $1,000 receiver, the second tight end of all time to ever have 1,000 yards in his rookie season, only behind Hall of Fame tight end Mike Ditka. So yes, if you take our top guy and don't put him on the list, then sure. But our top guy is a really, really good wide receiver. And if you partner him next to Drake London, we've seen what he's done with a good wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. So this is the reason that this list is egregious, because the rest of these guys and the Ravens, I'm not gonna lie, this is a waste of time too, because they have Mark Andrews. You're not accounting for one of the best tight ends in the NFL.
Well, so it's NFL's worst receiving cores, not tight ends. So,
but we, I hate this. Like, this is wording, because
it's reading.
Technically, I disagree, because we understand that our tight end is a wide receiver. Be honest with yourself. He's not a tight end. Does he block? A little bit, but is he there to do any real blocking?
Come on, man. It don't matter. His position is tight end, just like Juszczyk's position is fullback. But we all know that he's a tight end. Like, I don't agree with that. Now, I will say about this list, it's not really wrong. The Bears, I feel bad for Justin. I feel so bad for Justin Fields in Chicago.
Well, I don't have any sadness for Georgia fans.
So like Justin Fields, I feel bad that he went to Chicago. I feel bad that Chicago.
That is what you should feel.
Chicago.
Being a Bear.
I feel bad that the front office. I mean, they did just change their front office over because we got all the people from their front office that they didn't want that left, and got all the free agents from them. We're the Atlanta Bears, so
/ Titans.
/ Titans. So I feel sorry for Justin Fields. This list number 2 lends credence to your argument about Aaron Rodgers. Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, and I don't even know who Christian Watson is. The Ravens. Now they draft, but for your best receiver to be your second round draft pick in Rashard Bateman, it's not good.
Now the Bears are bad, and the Bears are being the Bears, not giving their quarterback an opportunity to be successful. You draft this guy, and then he stinks, but you have not given him any receiver of any value. Well, yeah. Packers
or running. Who's their running back? I mean, they got one running back. The other one's hurting.
Nah, this is a different time. I mean, it's nice to have a running back, but you need, if you want your quarterback to be successful, he needs a complement of receivers. You see the Chiefs, it's no way that the Chiefs understand that Mahomes, who's a better quarterback, needs weapons, but the Bears don't give Justin Fields weapons. You're destined to fail. Packers, the reason that you don't have receivers is because your quarterback is a lunatic. That's y'all's personal issue. Y'all take that up with him or don't. I don't really care. Ravens, I've been saying this since day one. I like Lamar Jackson as a quarterback. I don't know if he should be getting as many carries as a running back as he should, or just carrying the ball in general. But also, receivers do not want to play with that dude. And that is extremely problematic because that means you have to go into the draft every year and draft a wide receiver. I do think that that's what they should be doing, though. I think that every year their first pick until they hit should be a wide receiver. And the fact that Hollywood Brown checked out is not good for him. I will say that much.
So the teams after the Falcons, the Jaguars, Texans, Titans, Colts, Patriots, Browns. That is something about the Browns that is understated. Yes, they got your boy
Amari Cooper.
But yes, they got Deshaun Watson, and it seems like they're about to tiptoe out of that one. Not as badly scathed as they thought they would be. We never know yet.
Yeah, it looks like a season anymore. It looks like probably.
But I mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's pretty good, David Bell and Amari Cooper. That screams to me that you don't have a number one. Like Amari Cooper's a great number 2. Donovan Peoples-Jones is a great number 3.
Their number 1 is a running game. That's the part of their game that you're not accounting for. They got Nick Chubb and
well,
Kareem.
You can't. Well, we talking about wide receivers. We're not talking about.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're going to be a team. They're not a pass first team. They're going to be run
Why would
first.
you go there? Well, money, of course. That's why you go there.
Yeah,
you're a quarterback.
No, yeah, like literally, I need the money to pay these humans off who are asking me for settlement. So yes.
The Titans,
so yeah, you expect this to be run heavy first. When he gets in, expect it to be about 50-50.
I'm
they're
interested.
Going to be another.
Go ahead.
They're going to be another team that's going to have to draft some wide receivers. I do think that you can draft wide receivers to put around Deshaun Watson, though. I think that long term that's not really the biggest issue because he's a good quarterback. The rest of these teams' quarterbacks.
Well, I see, and that's the thing about the Patriots. Well, Matt Ryan's is. I think he's going to open some eyes in the Colts. I think the Titans are shot. I'm not even going to talk about the Texans. The Jaguars have a chance. This is the Jaguars' prove it year.
The issue with the Jaguars is they reset the wide receiver market with the guy who they spent money on and still are 5th. If this list is right, which we don't believe, which I think the Falcons are better than, you still have a terrible wide receiver core and you spent money and reset the market. That's the problem. You spend a lot of money on a guy who's mediocre.
The team that I'm interested in, and it's not really about the wide receiver core, but it is the Patriots. The Patriots have never had to have a great wide receiver core because you had Tom Brady, but That's also because you had Tom Brady paired with Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is widely credited as being a top 2 offensive coordinator or a top 2 offensive mind his entire tenure in the league. He's always rivaled Sean Payton and Andy Reid. Those are the two. Those are the two that he's always rivaled.
Beat anything.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's interesting because now you didn't need receivers when you had Josh McDaniels. Now you don't have receivers. You don't have Josh McDaniels, and you don't have Matt Jones. So, but you'll never know with Bill Belichick, man. I mean,
yes, I do. I know that Mac Jones and those guys there are not an offense that I'm afraid of.
All I'm gonna say is if you reference the Matt Castle year when Tom Brady tore his ACL, you can't name any of those receivers, and you can't. Matt Castle never started a game ever, like high school, college, or pro, until that day, and they made it to the pro. They made it to the. You can't count out Belichick because they made it to the playoffs with them. That's all I'm saying.
Sustainability, realistically,
we ain't talking about sustainability. Yeah, no. This is a one-off for the Patriots. They gonna make some changes.
Well, Patriots are a team I'm not concerned about.
The Colts, I don't think the Colts are 8th. They have the 8th worst receiver.
And I think that
I think the Colts are going to open up some eyes.
Of these two teams, I think that 2 of these teams have a very high chance of ending up with Julio Jones.
The Colts or the Falcons?
Yes. I think there's a very high probability that Julio Jones ends up on one of these.
If Julio comes back and becomes the possession receiver, almost like a smaller version of Kyle Pitts, that I wouldn't. You can't come back and expect you'll be number 1, Julio. You run curls, slants, and outs, and seams. You ain't running no post corner comeback dig. Nah, brother. Them hamstrings. Them days of them hamstrings are shot.
You can come back and be the 3rd option.
Yeah.
And that allows you
to go against
the best
safeties, linebackers,
in the NFL.
Oh my God. Safeties, linebackers, and small DBs. You kill all of them.
And our team is familiar with you. And
no, we're not.
You fit the yes. I mean, he's a Tennessee Titan. All of our old leadership. Yeah,
they go to Tennessee.
Thank you. Yes, right. And you're a big physical wide receiver,
which is what our coaching staff likes.
Let me tell you how good I feel for that. Like. Then Marcus Mariota, pack up your bags, my friend. It is over for you. It is time for Desmond Ridder, and you have Drake London on the left, you have Julio on the right, and you have Kyle Pitts in the middle. Hey, defensive backs, linebackers, good luck and Godspeed, my friend. I hope you can wrestle.
Don't let us get a running game.
Take you outside and stomp you out.
Noah was excited over there.
Boy, you gonna get out there because who do you? Okay, because all right, think about it like from a position point of view. When you're a cornerback, you know which guy you want, and you probably know which guy you really don't want to deal with. But if I tell you got to pick Drake London, Kyle Pitts, or Julio Jones, 1, 2, and 3, which one you want?
Zone. Zone. That's what I'm running. That's an easy answer.
Yo, Reggie said, "Wait, no, zone."
That's an easy answer. The answer is zone. That's what the answer is.
Because whatever you're doing one-on-one, you are whooped. I don't care. You think that your third best cover guy can deal with Julio Jones?
If he's healthy, he's got to be healthy. Julio's thing is it's never been about talent. It's never been about being able to kill the third thing.
We don't even need him to be like.
Yeah, no, you need him to be healthy. Yes, you do.
Okay, but we don't need him to be the number one. You don't have to get destroyed during the game. Let Pitts and Drake London do the heavy lifting. You just clean up. And don't forget, we still got Cordero. And we could put yeah.
Totally forgot about Cordero.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point.
Man.
And imagine your 4th guy, which is probably is an outside linebacker. His job is to guard Cordero.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely first off, they'll put the outside linebacker on Julio. They are not putting the outside linebacker on Cordero.
Now, I don't think that's not any better. You know how people give you an option, but the option also is bad? Mm-hmm. Boy, I'm going to tell you, you might not. sleep on Julio if you want to. Julio,
Yeah,
is
Julio,
still
he
not-
give you 15. He can give you 15
Hey.
plays.
It's a lot of teams that don't have a Julio Jones as either one of their wide receivers right now.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Falcon segment. I told you I was going to be quick. We got 15 minutes out of that segment because the disrespect had to be, the attention had to be given to
We
the
will not
disrespect.
take that disrespect. Now, you can get that out of your
No.
mind. Now, we may not be the best team in the NFL.
But
But
y'all
if you think
saying
that-
we number 33 out of 32 is disrespectful.
Put some respect on it. Y'all gonna put some respect on the name.
And I'm going to let you know
You-
right
you
now,
can't-
don't let us beat you. Whoever you is, your team, we could go
Oh, man.
4-13. Don't be one of them 4 because I'm going to cuss you out like we 13 and 4.
Because we are supposed to be the third. There's only supposed to be one team that's worse than us.
Yep.
And I can think of 5. That's the reason.
I just named 5. The Bears, the Vikings.
Bears, Jaguars,
Vikings.
Texans. I don't know.
No, Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. If they
Oh,
get,
wait. The Panthers, you can surely throw them.
the Panthers. Y'all
it
putting a
is
lot of faith
somebody
in the Saints now when they ain't got no coach.
Oh, and the Patriots, they got Mac Jones and clearly nobody playing receiver.
The Jets, y'all putting a lot of faith in people that ain't played
Zachary
football.
Taylor Thomas head ass. I forgot about him.
Oh, we gonna talk about him in the pregame about his unique love for life.
Freak man. Yeah,
That's me. But y'all stay tuned, man. We about to get into our youngest child, aka the Hawks, man. We gonna talk about some of the results from summer league as well as an update on our draft class. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, whatever you do, stop disrespecting the Falcons fan. We're not going for that. That's dead.
Or don't cry when we disrespect you.
Oh, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm jumping off the top rope. First week, baby.
All right, man. Y'all stay tuned. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 63 of the Atlanta edition of the Splash Cast, our Hawks/Dream segment. We're going to talk about a few topics, mainly Summer League today. Did you get a chance to watch Summer League? Any of the Hawks Summer League games? After the first game, they didn't put us on the main TV screen at all.
Yeah, we played really bad for 2 games, and then we turned it around and looked like a team for a couple games. And I don't want that to be missed. We had a horrible first couple of games showing, and then we turned it around and looked like a legitimate team, specifically Tyrese Martin. I want to give our credit to Nick Van Exel, former player and now Atlanta Hawks coach. You know, it's one of those things where it's easy, especially it's Summer League. And you don't have A.J. Griffin. I don't know if Sharif play. I know you don't have Jalen Johnson. So you're missing players. You know, you kind of let the second rounder kind of flourish. That's not typical Hawks. And we got our butts whooped early and then turned it around. Kudos to Nick Van Exel coaching when it's not the easiest.
So the thing about Summer League, right? You're right. Our first game was so bad that folks were calling for Sharif Cooper to be moved already. What I noticed in the first Summer League game was that our entire team was nervous. Tyrese Martin was nervous. Sharif Cooper was nervous. Etienne was nervous. A.J. Griffin, who was supposed to play, didn't play. It's a whole lot going on, man. So we were all extremely nervous. But we then came back and played really well. And as you said before, the person that played, there's 2 people that played really, really well throughout after the first game. Tyrese Martin, as you see right here, had 21-6. And when I say 21-6, it's not 21 of just layups and free throws. Nah. He's everything that we needed. He hit threes, but I was most impressive was that. That's what we wanted from Kevin. That's what we wanted from Kevin Huerter. That's what Kevin Huerter gave us in Game 7 against the 76ers, which got him that contract. Yep. Everything that Tyrese was doing, hitting open threes, getting to the bucket, pull up, using his big body to get everybody out of the way.
Shots.
Hitting tough shots, going to the rim, making plays. That shout out to Schlink, man. It is summer league. You don't want to become prisoner of the moment. But his last 3 games, he looked like he shouldn't have been there, right? He looked like he was better than everybody else.
And that's what you want to do in summer league. You want to show everybody that I am better than these guys. No offense to you guys, but I'm just better than these guys.
And you know what else sucks? You don't want to be that person in the draft class that you get drafted and then you don't get signed. So Tyrese Martin was the only second-round pick. I'm sorry, not the only. Was the second-round pick for the Hawks, and we didn't sign him. We signed our first-round pick. We did not sign our second-round pick, which is a hell of a job interview, right? Basically, we're signing you tentatively, but you have to go out here and prove that you're worth a contract. And he did that. And right after these 2 games where he averaged 20 points, we signed him to a contract. So shout out to Tyrese Martin. Well earned, well deserved. Welcome to the Hawks. Hopefully, I see the G League for you in the near future, just because our team is kind of stacked right now with veterans.
Absolutely.
But you may be able to claim some of those spots.
Go have your Jalen Johnson season in the G League.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing for sure is we're going to be always looking for players who can play. And I will say we've had a few players who have been very dominant in the G League. Just not you. Cat Barber went to the G League, tore it up. Sharif has been everything that you asked for in a pass first point guard. Jalen has been dominant, but you don't know what the future may hold for this team. So the best thing you can do is dominate with the minutes that you're given. And if you play that physical, we'll find a spot for you.
He's a beast, man.
We don't have that. We don't have that.
Yeah, he's really a problem, man. He's really a problem. Moving on, man. So shout out to Tyrese, man. Moving on. Probably the surprise of the summer league for our team, Tyson Etienne. Tyson Etienne looks like he is a steal. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I was looking up his stats. Tyson Etienne looks like he was a steal. I think he played for Wichita State, if I'm not mistaken. He's a 6'2" point guard, really more of a scoring point guard and kind of that mold of like a less explosive Donovan Mitchell. But man, he was putting in work and he was playing defense. He scored 21 points and had 5 3-point field goals made against this in this game. But he also had 3 steals and made the game-saving steal as well. So Etienne, and he made the game-winning layup against the Spurs to actually bring us to 500 and actually have us with a decent showing in summer league. So what I see with both of those guys, Tyrese Martin and Etienne, is the G League in the near future, but I don't expect for them to be there that long.
Yeah, and the thing about us, and once again, this will be something I actually say positive about Travis Link. The guys who he gets that even we probably can't keep or just can't play enough, I think every time our top tier guys, your Skylar Mays, your Brandon Goodwin, those guys, like, we're not picking bums. And a lot of teams pick bums as their, like, the end of their roster.
Reflection of the scouting department.
Yeah, Brandon Goodwin physically probably never going to be big enough to play. But is he a damn good basketball player? Does he play tough as hell? And I mean, Cleveland picked him up, and they're picking guys right now who are the right guys. They clearly acknowledge the value in a guy who's that good. So we didn't miss. Same thing with Skylar Mays. Is he athletic enough to maybe make it? Maybe or maybe not. But we didn't pick a guy who was a bad basketball player. And if you have the guys who are, once again, picking the groceries, but they're picking good basketball players every time, it does make me feel a little bit better, minus the Omari Spellman pick.
I think Travis Schlink looks at all of these picks as assets, right? All of these picks as potential. If you potential players that you can either use,
flippable,
or you can flip them. Remember, Schlink came from the Warriors. We talked about the Warriors. They had the most G League players on their roster, active roster, when they won the finals. They develop players very well, and I think if you look at this from a project standpoint, right, of a goal standpoint, your goal is always to improve the roster, get your franchise corner player, your cornerstone, put players around him, which is, I mean, whether you like it or not, it's Trey. And you put players around him, you get design, you stack assets so that you can go get somebody, but you're still competitive while you're doing that. You did that with Gallo. You did that with Bogey. You did with everybody. Then you use Gallo plus the picks and the picks you get with Cam. You take those assets and you turn that into DeJounte Murray, right?
Yep.
Who is a top two-way guard in the league. Same thing he's doing in the draft here. He's drafting all of these second. I mean, nobody talks about Amari Spellman, even though we talk about that's one of the worst picks in his regime, but we got picks back for him, right?
Yes.
So, I mean,
from Golden State.
Everything that we get, we flip. Everything that he's getting, if it doesn't work out, he's flipping. And that is a testament to not only his eye, to his scouting department, our scouting department, and as you said before, Nick Van Exel for getting them playing well. And I want to get on y'all too. I'm gonna let you have it real quick, but I'm gonna get on y'all too. Y'all was too hard on Sharif. You could tell it was nerves for just about everybody, but Sharif was out there getting. I looked at his stats. It was like he's playing a terrible game. I was like, man, he got 19 points and 7 assists. Like, now he did get a lot.
He's not playing with his guys either. No Jalen Johnson, no AJ Griffin. Well, let me tell you, if you put those guys on that floor with Sharif Cooper, I'm sure he figures it out.
You could tell he was pressing. You could tell he was pressing.
Yeah, he's trying to get paid, and he understands that I have to compensate for no AJ Griffin and no Jalen Johnson.
And your first game, Tyrese Martin was awful. He was awful. He was like 0 of 11. Awful. 0 of 2 from the field from the free throw line. He was awful. So you had to deal with all of that while you're playing teams who when we played a lot of these teams, a lot of their players are second year players, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our players were not.
No, we didn't have. No. I mean, no, we don't. We're not looking for that. And even if you have got like the guys on our G League team, they understand that our regular roster is young. Mm-hmm. That means that the G League team is going to be based off of that. There's not a ton of opportunities to move up. They're just not there. So everything that we have is invested into our players. Now the G League, we still going to have some players, but they're not going to be the best and the brightest. That's not where our money's invested.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of investments, man. I do want to give a quick update on AJ Griffin, our first round pick out of Duke. We have been championing his shooting. We think that this is going to be a really good role player for us. He did not play in the summer league because of right foot discomfort. That normally means something is wrong for him to not even play. They took him off the lineup early. So either they really, really believe in him and really want him to be that 3 and D type player, and they just want him to be 100% going into training camp, or something really is wrong with his foot. But he was constant right foot soreness is why they listed him as out for summer league.
So Nate says that they're just being cautious. We have followed the Hawks intensely for the last 3 years.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
We know this. We know this operation. This means a few things. This means that he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This means that there will be probably a PRP injection in the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then they will tell us that we will get an update in 10 weeks, which means that he will be able to play in 3 months. We've seen this with Cam Reddish. We've seen this with Bogey. We've seen this with Hunter. We've seen this with John Collins. Once again, I don't know if you guys went back and listened to the last episode, but it was named Can't Trick Me. This episode, same thing. You still can't trick me. I know what this is. I hope that he gets healthy because he can shoot that rock.
He can shoot that thing now. He can shoot that thing.
I'm going to be very realistic because I've seen this play.
Mm-hmm.
Does not bode well.
Mm-mm.
Then that's unfortunate. Not
at all. But, If he can get healthy, and we can be optimistic, and he
But I
can
don't
come
think
in
they-
and just hit the three. All we need you to do is hit the corner three.
I don't think
the
they
corner
had any
three.
intentions of playing him anyway.
No, you're right. I mean, we don't play rookies. We don't play
Yeah.
rookies.
And
Jalen
I
Johnson was
think-
averaging 50, 50, and 50, and we weren't
I
playing
think
him at
that-
all.
Yeah. Once you add Jalen Johnson, you add DeJounte Murray, you add the Holiday brothers, and I think they're still going to try to make another move between now and day one.
Why?
So with that said,
what other move?
I-
Jalen Johnson is obviously going to be the backup 4 this year. Like him and Okongwu are gonna have to fight for those minutes because Okongwu can kind of play both defensively.
Well, the issue is you gotta have somebody on the floor who can shoot, and right now, Jalen
Neither one of them.
Okongwu said, when you see me again, I'll have a shot."
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson seems to have a better handle of a shot from what we saw last season. But
I think he'll be
I'm
way more
interested-
comfortable this year. I think he'll be way more comfortable. I think he'll finally
Jalen?
go through a full off season as
Yeah,
the
I don't think
backup
so.
4. I think he's gonna make leaps and strides here.
I think that Okongwu is a guy who makes the leaps and bounds because he understands he's an NBA player now. And I think that belief and confidence allows you to be like, "Oh, I belong here." When he said, "I'm gonna come back with a jump shot," he's no longer like, "Hey, I have to prove myself to be an NBA player." Like Nathan Knight is still proving that he's an NBA player. Okongwu is like, "Nah, dog. When I come back, I'm gonna be hey, Clint. This might be your job now, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm here to make it difficult on you." Jalen Johnson is gonna be trying to acclimate himself to playing varsity.
Maybe those 2 players at those 4 players at those 2 positions give you 2 totality of superstars, right? You got John Collins, Jalen Johnson.
Oh yeah.
If you can rock with that rotation, along with Okongwu, who if he gets any type of jump shot, and Clint Capella,
Yeah.
now you've got a 4-headed monster with 2 positions, or 2-headed monster each position.
If Nate can get his rotations right and his situationals right, he puts himself in a position where he can control the game. Do we need defense? Do we need offense? Do we need ball handling? Like, because I mean, if you really want to, and hey, Cleveland, what y'all want? All right, well, we got Clint Capella at the 4. We put Okongwu I know we have Capella at the 5, Okongwu at the 4, Collins at the 3. If y'all want to go 7-footers, we can dance with you all day. We also have this dude Jalen Johnson, who, if y'all want to play up, we can go true small ball. Collins at the 5, Jalen Johnson at the 4, Hunter at the 3, DeJounte and Trey at the 1 and 2. If you really want to speed this thing up, and now we have 3 guys who can handle the ball and make the pass. You have 2 guys who can shoot the ball. We have so much roster versatility. We can match up and hey, Giannis, we got 4 or 5 guys to throw at you. 5 guys really to throw at you. Capella, Okongwu, Collins, Jalen Johnson, and Hunter. So we have 5 different
right
guys
now,
to make it difficult.
That don't matter. You had to make it difficult for every other player on the court. Giannis is gonna get his, regardless.
But I'm saying that 5 versus 1 strategy
Take you
works
down,
when the
AJ.
Hawk, like when we different team, but when we attacked him 4-on-1 and just kept throwing new guys at him, he didn't really dominate us.
He scored
'Cause
40 points on us. The last time he played, he scored 40 points on us.
No. I'm talking about in the playoffs. In the playoffs, after Trey got hurt.
Well, yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
talking about last year.
but
Last year, he
last
dominated us.
If I remember correctly, Collins wasn't healthy at that point, or Capella wasn't healthy. I'm saying
No,
that-
yeah, we weren't healthy, but
No. And I've said that since day one. We're not a team to be missing a bunch of players and still be dominant. We need everybody available in order for us to be good.
Yep, man. The Hawks, man, we got something brewing over there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we win the G League next year, because I could still see them sending Sharif back down there. He's already a restricted free agent.
there are two things that I have not heard anything about, and it's unnerving me in both Lou Williams and Julio Jones. I don't know why nobody has an update. Nobody's saying anything. It's just like
I also want to know what we're gonna do
silence.
with Skylar Mays. We gotta figure something out with him soon. Either we're gonna
I
let
think
him play or we're gonna have to move him. But we gotta figure it
I,
out.
I think he's a damn good insurance policy at this point.
For who? So if you see, to me, that's your
He's
decision. Skylar Mays or Lou Williams, right? Because Lou
oh
ain't gonna play that
then
much either.
Lou go home. Lou go home. I mean, and Skylar can play. He's a his size helps. He's just a bigger basketball player. He can play the. I mean, Lou can play the one or two too, but Luke seems to only be able to facilitate Onyeka Okongwu. Now, I think that he does that better than Skylar would, but I think that Skylar on a night to night basis is just a better basketball player.
Yes. Uh, were you done? Did you just stop
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle of
yeah.
your thought?
I just think that he's a better basketball player. That's it. Done.
I was
Done.
like,
Finito.
oh, true, true, true. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the ATL edition of episode 63 of the Splash Cast. We talked about the Falcons, the Braves, and the Hawks, affectionately known as our oldest, middle, and younger child. We also want y'all to go check out the pregame. A lot of funny content right there. Us discussing the Washington Expos is also paying homage to Tiger Woods, man. Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, take us out.
It is that time once again, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed episode 63. Another fantastic episode. And our Braves are playing really good baseball. And I'm going to celebrate that until the cows come home. Because that's all we got. I don't know what Reggie just did over there. We're going to let him rock out over there. Press all the buttons you want to.
My bad.
Uh,
I just said in the pregame, you know how you figure something out and da da da.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously I didn't figure. I need to move on to the next issue. I got to figure out.
Still figuring. But while we're here, before we move on, let's show these people where they can find us.
All right, man. Where can you find us? You can find us right hither. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do? You go to your Instagram. You type the Splash Cast. You click here, the link tree. Link in bio is the link tree. It takes you here. You can find us on YouTube at the Splash Cast, Apple Podcasts at the Splash Cast, the Spotify. You can find us Spotify at the Splash Cast with Reggie and Norwood, or scroll on down to the playlist over here. I'll go back up to the Spotify master playlist as well as the 12 pack, every 12, 24, or 36 pack every week. You can find us on Spotify there. We have 2 profiles. You can also find us on Instagram at the Splashcast, at Twitter at the underscore, Twitter underscore the Splashcast. You can find us on
tweet everything.
live tweet everything. It's normally sponsored by some type of adult release and relax. Beverage. Twitch, you can find us at the Splashcast, TikTok at the Splashcast, Twitter again, and then you can also find the master playlist. And make sure y'all go support the fan page on Facebook. You can find literally everything on the fan page as well, and then you can find us on Anchor as well for the Splashcast. I think I hit every point.
Fantastic. Well, I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown on the schedule. Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be on Monday Night Raw. We will cover the Around the League, everything, NBA, NFL, NCAA, HBCU, badminton, bowling. We got it all. Then we come back. This episode that you're listening to right now, the ATL edition, Braves, Hawks, Falcons, will come out Tuesday. Wednesday, I've already completed the Splash Cast. It'll be 24 this week of Hot Fire. You get Lloyd Banks. You get Michael Jackson. You get the Neptune. All of that. That will be the Splash Cast 24 pack on Wednesday. And then for everybody who missed Monday Night Raw, which is egregious in the first place, you will catch the Around the League episode there on all your DSPs. There will be no Saturday morning live this week because it is Clave week and I will be with the Qs. And there will be no episode the following week because I will be on vacation. Don't know if we'll pop in with maybe some lives or something in between there to give y'all what y'all need. But at this point, yeah, we will. Splashcast Studios will be on a brief hiatus for a little bit of
Brief hiatus. But
this is an excellent time for you to go back and listen to our old episodes. This is an excellent time for you to go back and listen to the whole playlist. Clean up your apartment, clean up your house, clean up your yard. Maybe go outside and stand outside and run 17 miles, do 100 push-ups.
not
I don't care what you
17
do.
miles though.
Yep, but for sure the music will motivate you and make you feel great. Now that we've cleared out that all out of the way, number one, and shout out to my boy Mike Harris, more black baseball. Number two, more black cowboys and cowgirls. You heard it here. Number three, and by far the most important, take some money from your wallet, steal from yourself. Take some money, send it to the historically
Not
black
steal
college
from
university.
yourself.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Take that money, send it to the historically black college university that you graduated from. Number two, go to an event for the historically black college university in the area that you live. And when you're there, send them some money. And then finally, take a large envelope, fill it with $100 bills and send it to the Hampton University, the greatest learning institution in all the world. Please support your historically black colleges and universities. We truly appreciate you.
Fill the envelope with hundreds.
Yes, ball out. We flourishing here. We are uplifting the community and our people. The culture, as Reggie would say.
The culture.
The culture versus the demographics. That's a different discussion for a different day, but we appreciate you guys supporting us. Like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And it's only one thing left for us to do now. What's that, Reg?
Hang out.
We out this joint. Y'all be safe. Adios, mi amigos. If you the Qs, we'll see you. I will see you next week. Clave week. Be there.
Love y'all. Be safe. See y'all Monday. Peace.
I know you wanna be the main one. I got a whole list of names on the way. I ain't f***ing with the same one. Ooh, I love when you drop it down low, but you're still high maintenance. Yeah, and you gotta get your hair done. I'ma go ahead, say ya. It's like God to Jamaica. Meet me down in Jamaica. Yeah, might draw how it wave up. If you like her, we can gang up. I swear to God's what we pray for. Ooh, pipe down, you too dangerous. Yeah, and you got horns on your halo. So horny, what an angel. I'm blushing inside my bed. Girl, you could be honest with me. It ain't gotta be toxic with me. You don't need no other options but me. Cause you might just be my main one. Yeah, got a whole list of names on the way. I ain't f***ing with the same one. Ooh, I love when you drop it down low, but you're still high maintenance. Yeah, and you gotta get your hair done. I'ma go ahead, say ya. It's like God to Jamaica.
Yeah, you know it's something special about your contour. Type of, I gotta keep it while I'm on tour. All in my body, slapping at me like an encore. Swimming through your body, feel like I've been on board. Baby, do you want more? Tell me, do you like it? When I'm in your body all over my, I'll bite it. Mike Tyson, singing, acting it. Barbra Streisand, that's on that thing. On my right hand, in all colors, dark skin and white skin and light skin. I'm piping, then I might dab. So she screamed out.